Hello, all you beautiful people out there. What is going on? This is your friend Birdie coming at you fast with another Paragon in-depth hero guide, and today we're going to be looking at Riktor, the Ravashing hooker. I mean, look at his sexy beard gut, dude. Isn't that so beautiful? Yeah, totally. $5, $5. But anyway, let's get into the video. So what we're going to be talking about is we're going to be talking about how to build Riktor. We're going to be talking about how to play him, how to slot him, and how to, like, in general, just what kind of things should be going through your mind when you're playing Riktor. Now, I love Riktor, okay? I love him. I'm level 6 at the time of this video, and we notice these guys are actually in our freaking jungle, so I'm like, okay, man, okay, let's take this rampage. He's kind of out of position, and let's hook him in here, and let's kill him, because I could have hooked the Grim, but he was kind of backed up, he was kind of far away, and in the beginning, the hook doesn't have much range, so that's one thing that I want to start off this video by saying, is that every time you upgrade his hook ability, that sounds like one word, but it's not. It's two words. His hook ability. Every time you upgrade his Q or his square if you're on PS4, it actually increases in range as well. That's something that is not actually stated in the game, but it is confirmed. It's not stated on the upgrade window. I do not believe so, but every time you upgrade it, it does increase in range. And when you fully upgrade his Q, man, oh man, that thing is so far. That's like double the range of an auto attack. It's amazing. And here you see me hook Riktor back, and we're going to get another kill with them epic hooks, brah, because I am my pimp daddy's #1 hooker. Okay, let's not make this weird. So, as you saw right there, the Riktor on the other team was actually strafing to the left, so you do have to lead your shot with these hooks. This hook is a pretty hard skill shot to hit because you do have to lead your shot with it, and you have to catch somebody who's not paying attention. If somebody's looking at you, they'll see you with your hook, because what you do is you put your hand up into the sky with your hook in it, you know, like a little animation, so they know that's their cue to be like, oh, watch out, guys, he's about to throw his hook out and try to grab somebody. So when you throw your hook, try and shoot it at somebody who is not paying attention, because it's pretty easy to dodge, especially if you're somebody like Twin Blast or Grim who can counter it, stuff like that. So definitely keep that in mind. It's not like an instant thing. It's also not fast. It's not fast at all. So it is pretty easy to dodge. But at the same time, don't try to lead your aim with it, if that makes sense. Don't try to lead your shot with it if they are looking at you. You know, if they're not moving in a predictable pattern that you can guide for like a second, then just shoot it straight at them. If you really want to hook them, just shoot it straight at them where they are at the moment. If they react, great, they dodged it. If they don't, great, you hook them. So it's a win-win. So don't ever try leading your shot, because if you try to lead your shot, more often than not, that rhymed. More often than not, you are going to miss, and you are actually immobilized for the 2 seconds or 1.5 seconds of which you throwing out your chain. So you have to be careful with that. So yeah, so that is a really big thing that I wanted to go over, because his hook is his life. Okay, now Riktor is a tank, so you want to build him tanky. He has no getaways as well, so be very careful. He's not a steal who can dash away or anything like that. And here I am experiencing a couple of lag spikes. I will be experiencing some frame rate issues. I don't know what's up with this game, but it's been happening a while. But anyway, I'm starting off with a defense item, and I'm going to slot it out with 3 greater guards right off the bat. If you guys want the full in-depth build on Riktor, I already have a Beast Builds video up, so you guys can check that out. But I also have a couple of extra recommendations that I'm going to say in this video later on how you can modify the deck if you want to be a bit more of a damage dealer, because there are some awesome active cards that you can get. But anyway, let's go over his slotting. So, of course, you want to slot his Q or his square, his chain, because he has 2 chains. Okay, I'm not going to do that. But yeah, you want to slot the Q first, and then you want to go into his area of effect, which is the E. Or the circle, I'm pretty sure. If I did not forget, I'm pretty sure it's the circle on PS4. And then the third thing you want to level up is actually not the right click, or not the R1, not his silence ability. You want to level up his chain again, because like I said, it increases the range. Because at level 1, it has almost no range. It's not going to be that useful unless you're super close up, which is kind of pointless, especially when you're laning and helping out a Twin Blast, for example. So you want to upgrade your chain. Right here, I try to hook him. See, I barely reach him. But if I got that hook, man, that would have been a sexy-ass hook. But that's why you want to upgrade the hook, because it does increase in range. You guys probably noticed that he did go farther this time than it did in the beginning of the game. So after that, your 4th upgrade can now be your silence, which is your right click or your R1, which is super useful in disabling people like Muriel or Gideon for a couple seconds, canceling a Gideon ult, canceling a Muriel ult, maybe even canceling a Grim ult. Super, super useful. And then, of course, at level 5, you want your ultimate, which is absolutely disgustingly good for disabling team fights and dealing a lot of damage. It deals an insane amount of damage, especially early game, so make sure you try and utilize it as much as you can early game and help your teammates by roaming around and stuff. Now, you guys see me running through the jungle. This is actually how you do want to farm up with him because he's not the best laner. You want to make sure that there are people in lanes, and his area of effect can help him clear jungle waves pretty nice, like jungle mobs, jungle camps. He can also clear waves pretty nice, like left and right and even mid if he needs to with his area of effect. And when you do use his area of effect, I don't know if you guys noticed when I was laning, but go towards the ranged minions in the back. Okay, make sure you use your area effect on the ranged minions in the back while you're also swiping at them, because it will if you kill the ranged minions, a lot of people don't know this, if you kill the ranged minions, your minions will push up way faster than if you were to kill the melee, because the melee minions have more health and they deal less damage than the ranged minions do. So here I come to help out my Twin Blast. This Riktor's kind of low, so I'm going to engage him, make sure he dies, because my Twin Blast is choking shots, so I make sure I kill him. And we're trying to go for this Grim. We know he's around here. Oh, and he goes for the juke around us, but there's 4 of us, and we're going to kill him. And I'm pretty sure Twin Blast is going to run up again. Yeah, he is. And I'm actually going to miss. I don't know how I missed that. That was pretty crazy. But I do hook him in. I hook him in with that hook. And I'm pretty sure he does end up getting away, though, because Rampage gets in front of him. Or does he? Does he get sniped? I don't remember. But anyway, that is how you want to play. You see somebody running away? You use your hook. If they're running straight back away from you, it's an easy reach. You just go straight at them. If not, then again, just try and aim and lead your shot. And always play Harvester Keys. So Riktor can start wards or Harvester Keys, as can any character, but I prefer having Harvester Keys on him, I think, because he does spend a lot of time in the jungle, and that's really good. So here, very convenient. We're going to back, and we're going to max out our Tempered Plate, which can actually be replaced with Blood-Soaked Armor if you have that card, because it has a nice active that deals damage. But we're not going to go into that right now. Let's actually go ahead and see a little bit of a team fight with Riktor. Now, if you were to pay attention to any part of the video, it would be right here, because you guys are going to see an epic chain of events. No pun intended. But there we go. There was Riktor's ult. It's actually stunned both Grim and Riktor. Actually, did not stun Grim because he used his E right as I popped my ultimate. He used his shield, but it still did deal damage. It just didn't stun him. And I timed that with my Muriel's pop-up. It's a very nice thing to do as Riktor, to time it with somebody else's CC, because you can aim it really well. They can't get away, and it's really nice. So we do get that. We do get 2 of them down here in the jungle, and then we notice our ally in the middle, he's rushing to him. He's rushing to him mid. I'm like, oh shit, well, he's going to need my help. So I'm running behind him as well with Riktor, and you guys, I don't need to commentate this. You guys can see this for yourself. But basically with Riktor, you do want to body block. He's a big dude. You want to aim for the ADCs always. You want to pull them in to your melees, into yourself. You want to silence them, silence the support so they can't use their abilities, so they can't get away, so they can't leap away. I love silencing Fang Maos because they always try to pop their shields as soon as I do. They just can't. I missed the hook there on that Twin Blast, but I still stay here for that lane presence. Now, one thing you guys have to realize is that Riktor is not good in lane. He is not good at laning. He deals way too little damage, and he doesn't scale damage very well, so you don't want to build him damage anyway. You might want to build him a little bit or whatever here or there, just passively. But I notice my allies are still trying to get this middle tower, and your job as Riktor is not to focus on the minions. It is to focus on the enemy and try and see who you can pull. Like this Grim over here. Get over here, I said. And I don't actually pull him up there, but my teammates still are able to get the kill on him with my help. So there you go. That is what you want to do as Riktor in every fight. You want to be vigilant, you want to look and see who you can pull in and have your ADCs absolutely decimate those guys. And yeah, that's pretty much how you play with Riktor. Let's finish up his build, and then let's see a couple of more examples of what happens and just a little bit more talk about it, because I fucking love Riktor. He's so cool. And see right here, body blocking. This is what I mean by body blocking. I'm a big dude. I drink my milk. I do the drinking of the milk, so I make them hurt in their buttholes. Ha, 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 ha. Okay, so because Riktor's a tank, of course you want to go with your other defensive item for your energy resistance now, and because he has intelligence, you can actually slot in Shockwave, which is an amazing card, because like I said earlier, you can use Riktor's ult with a pop-up from Muriel, and if you don't have a Muriel with you, you can use the pop-up from your Shockwave instead, and it'll be just as good. So make sure you guys get that Shockwave. Another really good card that you'll see later on in my deck is Tainted Magic. Want to get that as well. And then if you have Blood-Soaked Armor, that's going to be 3 actives in your deck, which is just going to be really good, judging if you use them all. or not. So how to play defense as Riktor. I didn't really mention this, but I don't really do it in this video. But you want to try and hook enemies underneath tower when they don't have minions underneath, because if they do have minions, the tower's not going to target them. If you hook them under tower and tower targets them, you can then stun them with your ultimate, and they'll take about 2 shots from the tower, maybe even 3 depending on how far in you hook them, and it'll just be absolutely disgusting, man. You'll solo anybody doing that, because they literally won't be able to move. You'll hook them in and then you'll stun them and it'll be amazing. Woo! Let's talk Orb Prime now. Riktor is not the best runner for Orb Prime, to be honest, even though he is a tank, because he has no mobility abilities, but he is great at getting 3-piece stuns like that and supporting the runner, hooking the enemy away from them and all that. Now Muriel pops up onto me. We're able to kill this Grim because of that. We got OP Prime. And now it's just going to be crazy. You're going to see me focus the ADC. This is your job as a tank. You always want to focus the ADC. Body block for your teammates. Just be all up in the ADC's face. Try not to let him get into your teammates. Hook him back so he can't get into that fight. Then get in front of him so you're blocking his shots. And actually pop actives like you're going to see me do right here. I'm going to pop my number 2, which is on my, on my top right there. You see the little poison sign above him? That is Tainted Magic, poisoning them with my abilities. It deals a good amount of damage on top of everything else that they're getting shot at with. And that's why Tainted Magic is a good thing to have right there. Besides Tainted Magic, I also got some health upgrades with the Elder Mage Amulet. That's very useful. And then later on, you're also going to go into cooldown. Like I said, the Beast Builds video has everything for you guys. Even if you don't want to watch the whole thing, the description has what you need as well in that Beast Builds video. So again, focusing the Sparrow, making her life very, very difficult. She can't focus my ADCs, and my ADCs are killing her. And that's how you want to be as this tank. He cannot run away, though, so if you're going to, commit to the front line, then you have to, pretty much, and you have to just support your teammates as much as possible and trust in your teammates that they're going to kill everybody else so that you can be saved as well. And, yeah, don't feel free to take the enemy's jungle as well if you'd like. Like I said, he is a pretty good jungler, especially when he picks up a red buff off of some random dude that he killed. I don't know when. But, yeah, that's about it with Riktor. You guys are going to see another lane push, and you guys are actually going to see me die, like I said earlier. Well, one, I'm also really weak and low on health right now, but that's my fault, okay? That's my fault. Like I said, he doesn't have any mobility, so he can't get out of sticky situations, so make sure you pay attention to that. Be very, very careful when it comes to that. And also, he has low mana, so make sure that if you know you're going to engage into another fight, that you have a decent amount of mana. That was another mistake I made right here. I don't have that good of a mana, so I don't have a good mana, guys. I don't have a good mana. I don't know where to find one, but you want to make sure that you have plenty of abundance, at least for a hook and an ult, if that, okay? At least for a hook, like I tried to do right there, but I missed, and now I have no mana, and I'm telling them, oh, let's retreat, but they're savage, and they want to go for that inhib, and Murdoch wants to jump down into that inhib and try and take it, and it's very weak, and I don't think we get it. We might get it. I don't know. But this is a crazy fight that ends up me dying and finishing off my build sort of as much as I can. I only got to 45 CP, so I couldn't do the full build, but that's not what this video is about. Again, focusing the ADCs, trying to have them target me. I pop my Shockwave to pop them up. Muriel goes in there to pop them up. I just use my Shockwave as a defensive measure, but I get hooked in and I die. So also, don't forget to use your Shockwave. Again, you can use your Shockwave before you ultimate them, if you're like right behind them or something, so you can get an easy 3-piece ult or whatever, so you can, time that well and hook and grab all of them. But I do die, but they end up winning that fight, and I'm pretty sure they end up taking that inhibitor too. So there you guys have it. Hopefully you enjoyed. That is Riktor for you guys. He is the #1 hooker. Alright, he is a tank. He does a pretty good amount of damage, especially if you build actives on him like Blood-Soaked Armor and Tainted Magic. Don't forget about Shockwave if you have it, because that's amazing crowd control. Always focus the ADCs. Try to hook them in. Lead your shots. They're going left to right and all that stuff. And if they're standing still, just shoot right where they are. It does take a while to get there, and the range does increase every time you level up the hook. So that's about it, guys. Always be up in their face, silence them when you can, and as always, make sure you all have a wonderful day. Don't forget to drop a like, please, because I'm a whore.